Hello there, I'm Alex Carpenter, and today I wanted to show you two separate methods for adding a Google web font to your NationBuilder website. So to start, the first thing I wanted to show you is how to use Google's hosted version. That you can find that at fonts.google.com. We'll just use that to host the fonts. And then secondly, we'll use a tool called Google Web Fonts Helper. And this allows us to download the Google Web Font and host it ourselves. And the reason we want to go about doing that is because we can make use of the font display swap property. This is a little technique that you can use to help improve the performance of your website. So much so that a Google developer just recently tweeted this, saying that if Google Web Fonts added the font display swap property to the font face rules via their service, we could see a 25% improvement in the first meaningful paint of your website. So that's a considerable amount in my eyes. So I'm going to show you how you can go about doing that to your NationBuilder website as well. So to start, let's head back to Google Web Fonts here, and we're going to use Source Sans Pro on our website. So we'll select that font right here. We'll open this tab right here at the bottom, and the first thing we want to do is head over to the Customize tab. We want to load the 400 regular. We'll want to select the regular 400 italic, and then lastly we'll use the bold 700 for our bold font weight as well. So now we can head back to the embed and select the link tag that they provide for us. So let's head back to our NationBuilder control panel, and in our theme section we can go to our files, and what we want to do is look for our layout.html file, and what we're going to do is just paste this right above our theme.scss file here. So we can save that. Next we can go back and select the CSS that they provide for us, and what we want to do is go back into our files, and we'll go to our variables.scss. And what we're looking for is the font family sans serif variable here. We can actually replace the Helvetica and sans serif with our Source Sans Pro right here. So now we can save and publish that. So now we can head back to the front of our website, and I just started a new NationBuilder website using the Bootstrap default theme, and you can see that's loading Helvetica by default. So when I reload this page, we should see the Source Sans Pro loading for us, which you can see here now. So that's pretty straightforward. Two additions to our layout.html file and our variables update, and we can load a custom Google Web Font. Next, let's look at how we can host that font ourselves. So we're at Google Web Fonts Helper here. I'll have a link to this service in the description below, but we'll look for Source Sans Pro here as well. We'll select that. And just like in our Google Web Fonts on the hosted version, we're going to select the regular, the italic, and the 700 weight. And by default, they give us some CSS we can copy for our font face declarations. By default, they have best support selected, but I'm going to actually do the modern browsers. That just limits the fonts to the WAF 2 and the WAF versions. Just make sure we're only loading the fonts that we're going to be supporting. So we can, well, first off, we can download those files. We can open those files, and I'm just going to copy that to my desktop. Next, we can go back to our NationBuilder website, and we'll go back to our layout.html file. Or let's go back to our files tab here, and we'll actually upload those fonts first. So we'll select all those and upload those. Next, we can go back and copy our font face declarations that they provided for us. And now we can go into our layout.html file. We're going to replace this link tag that we just used in the previous demo or demonstration, and we're going to add a style tag. And we're just going to paste that font face declarations that we just copied. Next, what we need to do for NationBuilder to load these is just remove this little relative path that they provided for us, because we just want the name of the files that we uploaded. That way NationBuilder can do its thing and hook it up for us via the CDN. So now just remove these. And now we should be able to save and publish those changes. And we shouldn't see any other changes on the front end of the site. We should still see Source Sans Pro loading for us. Now we can do a view source, and we can see that we're actually pulling in those via the hosted version. Next, what we can do is update our font face declarations to include the font display swap property. We'll just copy that for each one. And save that. And we should see everything loading still. So that's a modern way to load a Google Web Font and make sure everything stays as performant as possible. So those are two different methods. Both work great and both will work for most needs. So thanks for watching.